All right. Just getting everything warmed up here, making sure you guys can hear me. All right, let's get started here. Got my coffee, got my RSS feed. Let's see what's happening in the world in relation to tech, right? Okay. Don't mind me. I'm gonna pay attention to things a little bit. I had a couple of little glitches in our last live stream, so some scenes not working. We are using the beta version of Ecamm, and last time a couple of things were tweaking out a little bit. We did get some background lights we mounted to the ceiling. We were doing behind the scenes and unboxing them, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. Doing good. All right. With that being said, let's jump into our RSS reader and see what's going on here. All right. Ooh, that's interesting. Trump administration stops nationwide EV charging program. Trump administration has ordered states to stop a program to build fast EV chargers on highways through the country. According to a memo released by the Federal Highway Administration. The letter informs the state transportation directors who are in charge of instituting the program that any plans approved by Biden administration are now suspended until new guidance is issued. So, according to this tweet here, I guess the infrastructure law authorized $5 billion over 5 years for NEVI, a program that funds states to build fast EV charging stations. To that end, Trump often suggests that Biden administration spent $9 billion to build 8 EV charging stations. Yeah, come on. Well, they said in reality it was 55 stations were built, even though he said it was only 8, according to the Washington Post. Just over $2 billion have been allocated to states, and much of it hasn't been spent yet. We need EV charging stations, right? I know I, for one, have 2 electric Teslas. I charge at home mostly. I really don't charge on the go that much unless I'm taking further trips. you know, unless I'm going away for the weekend, really. Yeah, but it's a thing. What else is going on here? So Apple came out with a new app called Invites, which basically is like a party invitation for people, kind of like that other app, Evite. Yeah, I don't know. You know, if you're having a party for your kid or you're trying to have a get-together, you could send out e-invites to people on the location and the times and all that. You could also share albums, which I think is pretty cool. If it really caught on, you know, I guess everybody that went to the party could share their albums, and then you would have one big, large album for that show. I've played with it, but I haven't found a use for it yet. I mean, I don't spin up lots of parties. I don't get invited to lots of parties, I guess. You know, are they that big that you really need software to manage all that? I don't know. But they need to come out, just like this article says, Apple Invite proves why the company needs to launch more apps. I think they do need to start trying some new things. Coming out with some new apps and new services, and start trying new stuff. The UK government told Apple to create a backdoor for encrypted iCloud backups. Wow. That's huge. I do not want them to build any backdoors in anything. That's the one reason I like Apple. The UK government has reportedly ordered Apple to create a backdoor for encrypted iCloud backup access. Newly unsealed email provides the most damning evidence yet against Meta is a copyright infringement case with authors, and Apple is set to unveil the iPhone SE. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look into this more. So the biggest thing is, right, what's that saying? The road to hell is paved in good intentions. My feeling, it's like Pandora's box. If you build it, eventually it'll be used for the wrong things. And I think Apple knows this. And I think I've always said the only one thing that could kill a big company like Apple is everybody finding out they've been having a backdoor and they're not that secure, and they're giving things to the government, or you know, any police departments or anything. They've always claimed not to have backdoors. And again, for me, if it's there, even with the best intentions, you know, even if it's made just for the government, just, you know, you need to be subpoenaed to get that information or whatever it is. It could be good intentions now, but that don't mean 5 years from now they still have those good intentions. Sooner or later, someone will use it for not the right reasons. And I believe it should be all or nothing. You know, either it should be locked down and no one should have access to it, or everybody should have access to it, one way or another. That's just my opinion. With you know, with security, I think it's all or nothing. The gray in between is where you start getting into trouble. Which fitness gadgets are worth it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the ring. I'm not really a ring person. I don't really wear any. I do have an Apple Watch I used to use it for fitness. I'm not using it so much for much other than notifications on my wrist. I figure, well, you know, I've had it for so long. I think the novelty of all that, you know, after a year, 2 years, it kind of just wears off. And I don't know if I could go back to a regular watch. Again, I feel like it's just notifications on my wrist. And I like it. And I think I like it more for women and stuff, you know, that are traveling on buses and trains. You know, my sister, my mom, they're not having to go into their pocketbook and pull out their iPhone. They could just look at the watch and see what that text or email or phone call was before grabbing that. The Digi era, 2 terabyte SSD, a small but powerful storage. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I have the little crucials over here. I have the little crucials over here that I used to just throw on the back of my iPhone. It's a little magnetic. Alright, they're getting really tiny. And for good reason. You could use them. What else? The Kindle Color Soft is back on sale. Okay. I do have a Kindle. I thought I would use it a lot more. Again, I think it was one of those novelty things. It's another thing to carry around. I think I used it at home more than I used it on the road. I think on the road, I just threw on an audiobook, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I might not be the person. There's just, you know, not enough hours in the day. And I already carry way too much to add another thing. I mean, I wish, you know, the iPads or something would have, you know, like the next level Kindle screen or something that the sun doesn't mess with it. Because I already have that. I'd much rather read it from there. And all honestly, PDFs from jobs and everything I'll use on there. And then I'll annotate on it as well. Yeah, so it's another, I guess the Mac Rumors show is talking about the Invites app again. iPhone 17 release date and price. I don't like talking about rumors, and I don't think this is really official yet. So, wow, look at some of these renders. There's fake renders, triple cameras in a row. I would like them to do something like that. Let's see if we come to a bigger. Some people might look at that photo and think, wow, that looks stupid. I kind of like it, and I'll tell you why. So with the spatial videos that Apple is doing with the Vision Pro, and I like the Vision Pro, and most of you guys probably know that already. I use it on a daily basis. With the cameras spread out that way, if you took the first camera and the third camera and used them to make your spatial video, it would come out a lot better than what the current iPhone Pros have with the cameras in a triangle, because those cameras are so close together. You're not getting that much of a spatial, right? You're not getting that much of a spatial because the cameras are so close. And if you're gonna spread them apart more, you're gonna get more of that spatial. Or as you could tell, I'm trying not to use that 3D terminology, because I think there is a difference between spatial and 3D to a point. But that being said, even if we call this 3D, the further the lenses are, the better 3D it would be. So I would not be opposed if Apple came out with something like that, and I think it would probably be a step up. Not saying I like the look, but I'm saying it would probably be a little more practical. Yeah, DeepSeek. Look at that already. DeepSeek app transmits sensitive user and device data without encryption. I don't know what to tell you guys. I've said this before. You know, DeepSeek is cool. It's disrupting things because they were able to build it faster and cheaper. But it is a Chinese company with servers in China. It's one of those use at your own risks. And I hate to say it, if you guys are using it, that is the risk, right? Don't put anything through it that you don't want anyone else's eyes going on it. And I think it's going to be like that for a while. And I think even if they figure all that out, there's still going to be some of that doubt in your mind about it. Oh, Marcus Brown, that's funny. I like his title, copy and paste from real life. He's taking a picture, and you know, we know we could now copy and paste from an image, right? So it does make it easy to copy and paste from real life. Yeah, I like that tagline or that title. What else is going in here? Windows 95 is just an app now. Remember that? Boy, you can run it like an app. That is really funny. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of the music. So I've been using this service called Artlist. And I've been trying to curate it. I just don't have much time to really go through. So I've been taking their own curated lists and playing it back and just basically taking out songs I don't like. And that's kind of what we're left with. And sometimes I'll be listening to and like, oh, okay, I don't like that song that much, and I'll make a note of it and then pull it out of the rotation. But to find background music for, you know, a 40-minute show or something that's not always the same is, you know, our list has a decent amount of music. I think it's really good, but there's some stuff too in there that is, you know, if you're looking for a single song or two for, you know, background for a little video, that's fine. But for a live thing, it makes it a little more challenging. I don't even think I have. There's the overhead, and I do try to put that little player showing what song I am listening to on the screen. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, Super Bowl's coming, right? Is it next weekend? Who are you guys rooting for? How are you guys watching it? You guys streaming it on a certain platform? Are you going to a Super Bowl party? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I like these robot vacuums. I have one that vacuums and does a light mop. Things are great, but man, they need to come down on prices. You have a multi-story house and stuff. I mean, it just adds up way too fast. But you know, I've had mine for, I think mine is a Robobot or something like that. It's not an iRobot, it's Robo. Let me look at my phone. Just because I've had it for probably at least 2 years now. Robo Rock is the manufacturer. Does a great job. The first one I had, I just always said it tried to commit suicide whenever it had the chance. it would, if the door was open, it would try to fly right out the door, right? Off the steps. None of that. The new ones and everything with, there are the sensors, they knew better. But, paying $600 for a robot to sweep the floor it's a tough price. And again, if you have a 2-story, 3-story house, putting one on every floor, it adds up quickly. Why Sony camera users should try Resolve. I am a Sony camera user. Why should I use it? So, I know I've mentioned this before. I don't like playing other people's videos. So what I've done is created a little shortcut. If I run it, it'll take, so this is basically taking the URL that I have in the clipboard and tell it summarize of the video based on the transcript and bullet points. And the reason I'm using Gemini is one of the few AIs that lets you pull the transcripts from YouTube. ChatGPT can't. I mean, there's services that can, but they use an extra API, and you could as well, but you need to pay for an API. There's no way around that. So this is the easiest way of doing this. This video shows how to use a panel to store, share, and collaborate on projects, and shows use the panel to download proxies. Okay. Render projects, iCloud. C Media Cloud workflow. I've never used, C Media is a type of card, right? Yeah, I guess I've never used a C Media Cloud account. Alright, something maybe to look into another time. I'd like to know more about it, so I'll mark it. I've went to DaVinci quite a few years ago and used Final Cut before that. DaVinci's been the gold standard, of course, for color correction for, forever, really. So once they started doing audio and editing and everything in there more, so it was kind of a no-brainer. What else? Okay, some of you guys might hate me. My Apple Vision Pro community that I talk with a lot loves this Severance show. I'm sorry, guys. I tried, let's go back. I tried here. I've tried to watch the show 2 or 3 times already. I restart from the beginning each time because I'm forgetting what everything's about. I make it about 3 or 4 episodes in. My friends are telling me I really need to hold out longer. I can't get into it. And I don't understand what the hype is about, because everyone that watches it loves it. It's on top of their list. It's number 1 in the charts, all that stuff. But for some reason, I can't get into it. There's lots of other Apple shows, Apple TV Plus shows that I love, and that's great. But this Severance, I just really can't get into it. Did you know an iPhone can measure a person's height? Here's how. No, I did not know that. Let's take a look. Who's this from? This is from Joe Ross Signal from Mac owners. That's great. Let's see. Open the Measure app on a compatible iPhone. See list. Make sure the person is visible. Wait a moment. A line should appear. Okay. Yeah, so let's take a screenshot of it too. That's cool. I didn't know. Did not know that. how to create strong and complicated passwords. You don't make it from your head, right? You let the computer make the password for you, right? By now, guys, everybody should be using a password manager. There's no way around it. You should not be using the same password for multiple websites. That's just, asking for it. A lot of people don't like password managers or anything, but you learn to deal with it. Especially if you have a bunch of passwords for your personal, a bunch of passwords for your business accounts, where you work. Then, you need to keep track of, your wife's passwords, your 2 kids' passwords, your in-laws, your parents. They all add up really quick. So password managers are a saving grace for sure. I'm not sure all about this 2-factor password stuff. Some of them are good, some of them, passkeys. A lot of companies are starting to force you to use them. And for the most part, they're good, but if you're, like the passkeys, if you're changing machines, or you're going across a machine that doesn't sync passkeys, we're still at the beginnings of it, and I think companies forcing you to use them when we're still not total adoption yet is a little premature, I guess. But I would use them if you can, especially on, say, like bank accounts and stuff like that. DJI Matt Rice 4T review. $7,000 drone that saves lives. ChatGPT operator can research anything. I must say, I have someone in our Apple community, Apple Vision Pro community, that's a software engineer, this guy Mike, and he's paying that $200 for the ChatGPT version, and he was showing some of the stuff that the research could do. I mean, I am colorly impressed. I think it's definitely worth it if you could fit it into your job and workflow. And if you're making money using it and saving time using it, then it's worth it. $200 subscription a month is a hard nut to swallow. I can't bring myself to do it, so. This event can do more than commute. Have you guys used the OneWheels at all? I've picked 2 of them up. I picked 2 of them up almost 2 years ago for me and my boys. They're fun. They take a little bit to get used to at first. There is a small learning curve. A lot of people think it's like skateboarding. And a lot of people think if they skateboarded for years and years, they could jump on it without a problem. I still feel like there's a little learning curve. It might feel more like snowboarding than skateboarding. But anyhow, it's been a fun experience the past year or two with the kids with it. They are expensive. Like we have the GTS. I mean, it's almost like almost $3,000, and then you get pads and stuff, and you know, it's an expensive thing. We do rent hours. So we use a service called Friend with which is kind of like a platform where you can rent stuff. So they are kind of expensive, so we figured renting them here locally would help offset some of the cost on them. We do have a subdomain that points right to the page called OneWheelRent.me, and it brings us to our Friends with page. But anyway, yeah, we have the GTS. We rent for $100 a day, and then we have the Pint, which is $50 a day. Yeah, around. Yeah, I'll show you that real quick. Yeah, around LA, there's these superhero bronze statues, and I thought it'd be cool to take pictures next to them and whatnot. Like this is the Batman one. Anyhow, I guess that was a shameless promote. I don't make money off that. I just you know, try to pay some of that off and do stuff with the kids. We're in LA. If you're in LA and you need or want to rent a OneWheel for a day or weekend a week, you know, check out that site, whether it's from me or someone else. What else is going on here? Yeah, here's more articles on the DeepSeek. The ISO app sends unencrypted data to Chinese servers. Yes, you should just assume they're getting it anyway. Encrypted or unencrypted, whatever it may be. Super zoom Nikon camera, huh? And another article on the UK secretly orders Apple to let it spy on iPhone users worldwide. That's kind of crazy, right? So if this title is suggestion that it's not just the UK, that it's worldwide. The UK wants to spy on iPhone users worldwide? Come on, guys. Why CMYK format is better for scenic and natural photos. Yeah, for sure. For those that don't know, that is the color format for cameras. Yeah, you would get more natural colors as if you were taking, yeah, I mean, I'm not a super pro in that stuff, so a little harder to explain it for me. But I agree with that. More about the UK, or you know. Doc Roth's thumbnails are always fun. He always does this bobblehead kind of look. You definitely know it's him.
wanna be it, wanna feel it.
Smart Those is done. The new ones are in here. How to erase and reset your Mac. Yes, it's something you should do before selling for sure. It is built into the OS and it is pretty straightforward, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else is in our saved stuff. Sometimes things just automatically go in here. Kind of smart tags and stuff. Yeah, the M4 Max, you can now get parts from them if you're gonna do repair on your own. Apple Vision Pro, you know, still talking about if it's gonna do real gaming, it needs some kind of joysticks in order to make that work. They weren't pushing gaming out the gate like the Meta and stuff, right? They're pushing it as a productivity tool. So it's a little harder to focus on that. And those are my feeds. Anything else in my list that's worth talking about? I haven't done one of these for a little while. It's what, Thursday? Actually, I don't think. Oh, it's Friday. Shoot, I don't think I got much. I think this is the only one this week. I was glancing at this Open Deep Research. It is an AI platform that they're trying to compare to ChatGPT's research. An AI-powered research assistant that performs iterative, deep research on any topic by combining search engines, web scraping, and large models. The goal of this repo is to provide the simplest implementation of a deep research agent. An agent that can refine its research direction over time and deep dive into a topic. Goal is to keep the repo size under 500 LOC so it can easily understand and build on top of it. This is something I may want to try, which is why I bookmarked it. I might go ahead and install that on one of my machines over here. If you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments down below. And, you want to see the install or just hear an update on how it works. I think it may be interesting. What else? I did some research and spun up RustDesk, which is kind of like a TeamViewer alternative. It went pretty well. So I'm hosting my own server here, which is basically like a relay rather than use theirs. So, you're not trusting or using anyone else's. It's all open source. It works exactly like TeamViewer, but I think there was an update. I've tried this out like a year ago and it didn't work so well. Meaning it worked, but what's the word I'm looking for? The performance wasn't there. It was a little lacking. Now, you can remote to another machine, and edit more smoothly. You could watch a video that's playing on another machine and it's more smoothly. I think it's pretty equal to what you get out of TeamViewer. It's free. They do have like a pro version that you could pay for, but I don't think you really need that. They have like one-time password things in there too, so if you're doing your own machine somewhere, you could set it to a one-time password and, you know, be able to get into it at any time. Yeah, it's something to check out. Again, if you want to see, you know, a quick demo on that, let me know, and I'll show you guys. It's cross-platform, Mac, Windows, Linux. You can even do headless Linux now. It's pretty good. Let's see. This is the light kit that I got. Two of these tube lights that are behind me right now. Working out pretty good. It did take me a while. I did stumble through trying to figure out how to work the remote for this thing. Of course, you can use Bluetooth. Bluetooth worked right out of the bat, but figuring out how to use the remote with it, at least for me, it wasn't a 1, 2, 3 thing. What else do I see in here? Tapestry came out with an app. Tapestry are the guys that made that other the Twitter app that everybody was using, including myself, and I just can't remember the name right now. Tweetbot. There you go. They've come out with this new app called Tapestry, which basically combines all these social networks. You know, Mastodon, Blue Sky, YouTube, and you can pull RSS feeds into it also. It seems pretty... again, all the stuff this company makes was really good, right? The Tweetbot. The only reason they went away is because Elon bought Twitter and killed the APIs and everybody and forced them out of business. So this is their, I guess this is their comeback. And I'll mention, you don't see Twitter on their list, right? Or X. But yeah, do you guys use Mastodon? Do you guys use Blue Sky? I have accounts over there, but I don't really push to them that often. Mastodon was very segmented from everything, but I think that was the whole purpose. So I think if you had your own community, your own business, it worked well for that. But trying to reach a lot of people, now they have their, you know, their one main focus, which defeats the whole point on what Mastodon's trying to do. Blue Sky, on the other hand, I feel like, you know, they let people in phases, and I feel like a lot of the people that were let in at the beginning were really political, like, news writers and everything. So you had a lot of I don't want to call it real news, but real news. I myself, you know, don't do social media for real news. For me, I like my RSS feeds. I follow specific people for specific reasons and value their input on that subject. So my own curated list, I like. And with this, you could put your own RSS feeds. I wish, you know, I guess, I don't know. I haven't dived into it that much. Like, I use that InnoReader, right? So I could probably take all my feeds that go into there, turn that into one feed, and then put that one RSS feed into this, and then get all my feeds in there. But they would probably just blow it up way too much. But, you know, it is possible, I guess. But for me, like, marking stuff that I like with InnoReader, and, you know, let's jump back there. So InnoReader, you could make all different categories for your RSS feeds. Again, you see how I save stuff. I just hit a little, you know, a little read later button. These blue tags, are you get tag things like over here. There's tags. I have more tags than what you see here. These are just what's pinned, but there, if you're paying for it, there's an AI element to this too that will, like for me at least, I have it set to tag certain things, like articles with Apple Vision Pro. It will tag it, and the tag will go in there, or whatever specific thing you're looking for. It's a good way to keep up on, and again, this is only pulling from your curated RSS feeds, right? So it's not some random people. So even though I have Apple Vision Pro in there, I'm not going to be flooded by millions of articles from the Apple Vision Pro. Let's see, I'm just trying to look in my other relater here thing. So a good friend of mine, again from my Vision Pro community, pointed this terminal screen, and I thought it was really cool. I went ahead and ordered it. I'm still waiting on getting it in the mail, but you could control it, put whatever widgets and stuff you want on it. It's kind of like one of those Kindle screens, so they last really long, and they pull, and supposedly it has a pretty big widget back end, but it's totally open source too. So rather than hacking my Kindles to make we're live screen and putting it on the door so the house knows that we're live, I could use something like this. And I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you, Cade. What else is going on in here? This is kind of crazy. So the Pebble Watch is making a comeback. That is so funny. We used to get watches from them. Let me take a look. So let's go to Life with Tech. As you know, this is our website. I mean, we were blogging, making YouTube videos for, I don't know, almost 20 years now. Honestly, I slack off with the Life with Tech site. I've been trying to push YouTube a little more. Usually I would make a YouTube video and make a post about it too, and put it in both places at the same time. But anyway, that's never here nor there. Let's do a search here. Pebble, if I spelled it right. B-E-B-B. Oh, man. Well, maybe it's not. Alright, I shot myself in the foot. We did a couple of reviews. Maybe it was that long ago. We did a couple of watch reviews for them back in the day. This was a long time ago. The watches were like huge. And honestly, they didn't do a whole lot. But they were at a, respectable price back then. So it's interesting that they're trying to come back to life, and that they did this whole 8-bit website, doing that. Here's another friend of mine from Apple Vision Pro community, and if you have an Apple Vision Pro, there's a good app called InSpace. Check that out. It is kind of a way to find other Apple Vision Pro people. It's kind of what we use to all find each other, and then started our own little group on the side. One of the drawbacks with the Apple Vision Pro is FaceTime is kind of its one good app, but the problem is you need other people with the Vision Pro to FaceTime with, and that is the problem. and FaceTime is still open. You need to share your email or phone number, or you don't necessarily want to do that with everyone, and I don't suggest you do that with everyone. But we use this this app called InSpace, where it doesn't really use FaceTime, but you're in its own environment. You're in a room. You have your own little room, and in that room, you could sit down, or in a bunch of seats and talk with other people with their avatars right there, even though they're 2D inside the app as of now, until Apple opens things up. But yeah, it's a good way of meeting other people around the world. That's the other key too. Just not just in your area. So like I was saying, let me shoot back to this. So I have another friend, my friend Oliver here. You can check out his site. Actually, I think my logo might be cutting it off right there. There you go. He did that Apple Vision Pro 1 year later thing. He was very well said and received from everyone I know in the community. You really hit the ball on the head when it comes to our thinking. So it's definitely worth checking out if you're in the market for a Vision Pro, or if you're just wanted to see a real person's insight who has it. I think a lot of these videos are one-sided. They don't use them on a daily basis. I know Oliver, like me, we use it every day. Oliver might even use it a little more than I do. But with that said, it's a good video. It's like 48 minutes long, but he dives pretty much into each area of it. And he's making the video because of his passion about it. Not because of the views or, and all that. Let me see, what else do I have here? Yeah, I just wanted to jump back on some things since I haven't did a video for a little while on, whatever other things I was looking at this past week. But yeah, guys, I guess we're starting to get a little long here as well. So yeah, thank you for joining me once again. Another morning, another coffee, and more tech news. All right, till next time, guys. Take care.